Nice. What I did. Nice. Let's go. Hey. My name again. It's like it's so wet. Make you go insane. Nice. Hey. I be the chosen one. I remain no para. Up Niger land. My brain drain. Working all day. Like say I know be my mate. The spirit keep urging me to do more. Once I come, brand new one. Own animosity. Happy the great one. I'm a boy, sure I'm beyond the beat top. But you more calling, more calling.
Come and see me the way I was waiting for that guy. Immediately I enter like this, collect guy. I started from class. If I see one question, I carry tickets. I will be reading it. I was entered down this year. I will not even wait for a year. I was entered down university this year. That tension that man put on my brain that I said I want to survive that one. I now give you the I think he said, come and see another. I said, a lot of competition. We don't know anybody to do that. God give you that's the shock. When you said letter to your house, I was when I got my letter that day, I was very happy. That's why I was very happy. So you students, you are lucky now. You see people coming to educate. Let me know that you don't have anybody. Because we are not the first stage. I think we are fifth or seventh stage. So there was no debt. Nobody they were. So I just am at home. So you people are lucky. You have counselor now. You have. If you see anybody that can do something and that person is able to succeed, just try and say, God, you that made this person to succeed, I'm here. I must succeed. And accept like that. And surely, with prayer and dedication, don't enjoy those people that are doing their own. Yes, those blessings, it's only God that gives somebody blessings. That will not add sorrow to you. It's sustainable. All those things, all those small, Yahoo, all those things, that will be sustainable. When I finished from it, in fact, when I was in Ife, I read that Ife first. In the class, they are teaching us how to go to farm. But I said again, I want to work in the bank. They will tell me that, no, banking job is not easy to get job. I said my own business. I will get it. And truly, God helped me and was able to enter the bank. And from day one, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. And with prayer, I kept on focusing. I want to go, I want to do this banking. It's one thing to do something. It's another thing to do something that you like. Always make sure that what you want, you will know by yourself that this area very good. Just go to that area. If that place, if everybody they don't like it, you will like it. Because during my own time, if you know banking very well, I started with Gateway Bank. Until something happened. And you need to move. I left Gateway, I went to another bank. Because you have people like us to guide you once in a while to come and tell you. But you, as a person, you need to sit down and from like today now, when you go back, try and sit down, reflect what we are telling you that, okay, what do I want to be in life? How do I go about it? How do I make sure that this thing I want to do, is it okay? You can even ask your teachers that this is what I want to do. Thank God for this online research. You can even do it. What you want to do. What and what do you need? Okay, I want to do that. It's not just to go and do course. I'm going to invest and you do course that is not relevant. At the end of the day, you get the certificate, nowhere to go. But just try and create a niche to make sure that if I do this thing, some people, it's online business they are doing. They are in their house. They don't even go out. They don't go, and they are making money. And it's not it's need money. So it's just determination. If you determine that this thing, I want now, I'm not going to be in the rest. I want to progress and I want to make it. You will surely do it. God will understand. Thank you very much.
Great Abusi Odumare. To you. And as a three students, yes, three students, by now you should know where you want to go after leaving this grade school. I decided to be a nurse when I was in class 3. What is class 3 there? OJS. And I was focused. So my children, right now from today, let it be in your mind. You've heard my colleagues speaking. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a teacher. I want to be an accountant. Decide and be focused. You are lucky to be here. Make sure you go home with one thing or the other. Don't just come here and you get nothing. Go back home, call your parents. Mommy, I have decided. This is what I wanted to be, and God will help you. I want to talk to you about nursing profession. So please listen. It's for both boys and girls. In as much as many of you that want to be a nurse, it's a profession of caring. You are caring for a sick person. You are bringing person back to life. It's a profession that is highly rewarding and it is a satisfying job. Okay? As a nurse, you are appreciated everywhere. To go for nursing training, you need to pass 6 subjects at your own level with credits. You need your English language, you need your mathematics, you need your biology, you need your chemistry. I want to be a nurse. When is the form coming out? You will be cancelled when you come for the form. You only collect one form and you feel whether you want to go to Abuja or you want to go to Ijebu. Okay? So when you have this form, you wait till the day of exam. You have opportunity to collect as many forms as possible. Apart from the state, you go to your state. There's College of Nursing in Ibadan, and the other one is the University College of Hospital, UCA. No school of nursing in any other place. Please don't confuse it with School of Health Technology. You are bringing yourself down by going to School of Health Technology, which you people are used to. You be seeing it everywhere. But you don't get to see School of Nursing everywhere or College of Nursing. Also in university, you want to go to university, 3 years in a School of Nursing, College of Nursing. In university, we still follow them. Lots of opportunity. Don't wait. Don't let them determine you every time. The moment you collect your job, you want to be a nurse, you feel it. Go to Abuja, collect the form. If they say you have to go to the school to collect the form, come to Ijebu, they go to Abuja. You just feel one school. If you know you want better, go to Ilaro. When you get to Ilaro, I them go to Federal School of Nursing. Okay? You feel it. Then you have your 3 years training. Immediately after your training, either in university, either in College of Nursing, government employ you immediately. What did I say? Immediately, jobs are available for nothing. You don't get to see professional nurses outside. All those nurses you see in your area, they are not professional nurses. They are called auxiliary nurses. pay. It is a satisfying job when you are in nursing. It's a work you will do for 35 years and you will retire. Most of us don't stay up to 35 years. You work 20 years, 25 years, you get out of that place, you take another job with a big company. Okay? You decide to go abroad, you are a professional nurse. They will adopt you. The body that controls us is Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. When you finish, your school will send your name there direct and they register you. For anyone to recruit you from overseas, they contact School of Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria to know if you are paid or qualified person. Do you understand me? You have opportunity. Don't wait. If God permits you to have your credit and you have interest in nursing, collect your job. Go to ministry, collect job. Tell your mommy. Specializing. You don't need to sit down in the hospital, be managing patients. The moment you finish that nursing, you decide to specialize. You can go for orthopedic nursing. Those are the ones that is dealing with both. You decide to go for midwifery. You'll be happy. You take deliveries. You help people to born their babies. Oh, you decide I don't even want to work in there. You say I'll go for psychiatric nursing. You only know from here to here. Our mentally derailed people, they are all good. For boys, they can go for psychiatric nursing. They don't need all those caring jobs we do in government hospitals. Then you decide I don't even want to work in the hospital. You will be a traveling nurse. You work with airline, all these aeroplanes you see, nurses are there. You will be well paid. You said, okay, I don't even want all this. I want to be a lecturer. After your nursing training, you go for your PGD. That is to know how you impact knowledge. You will be a lecturer in all this school of nursing. There is job for nurses. The plan for government is to have a nurse for a patient. Today in Nigeria, we have a nurse to 37 patients. You can imagine how even overseas, they still have a nurse for 3-4 patients. So there's always room for nurses. We are never enough. Don't waste your time. Do you hear me? If you have love for nurses, even if you have plans to be a nurse, as I'm talking, you will have the feelings in your body that I love to care. I want to bring people back to life. I want to know much about my health. Yes? You will be highly rewarded. So don't waste your time walking up and down. Don't downgrade yourself by going to School of Health Technology. Do you understand me? Boys too, you can go. Lots of boys are there. And even if you decide that I don't even want to work for anybody, you can register hospital as a convalescent hospital. Male nurses opens hospital and determines convalescent. That is where people recover. You can open a caring home. With your 25 years in service, you back out, your gratuity will be fully paid. Within a year that you need, you will get your gratuity well paid. Then you take contract job, you will be highly paid. With NMPC, with all this industry, okay, I want to travel. You can't be a nurse. Within 3 months, you want to travel, your paper will not be complete. All they need is to just contact the School of Nursing. You will be given accommodation there. You sign contract of 3 years. After 3 years, you renew if you love it. Sky is your limit. What did I say? Sky is your limit. We did not really know much about nursing, but I'm telling you, it is highly rewarding profession. You will be paid apart from your salary, your traveling allowance. It's like they are begging you to come and do this job. When we were there, you don't pay cover. The government sponsors us free. Our hostel is so big, like this, just 2 in a room. Everything free. And I was on salary of 90 naira every month for my 3 years. Your parents are not paying cover. But these days, due to Nigerian economy, I think they pay like 250,000 per annum, which is not too much. Not too much. You will recover all the salary by you start your work. You are given traveling allowance. You are given health allowance. You are given hazard allowance. You are given inconvenience allowance. Everything added to your salary. By the time you add it together, you will know where you are. So, my children, God will help you. Nursing is a good job. Nursing is a very good job. You You don't need to work for it all your life. Diversify here, you do 3 years. I was a nurse. I went for my midwifery. Immediately I said, I don't have time for all these blood things. I'm tired of it. I entered National Orthopedic Hospital, Gobi. There I work and I left after 15 years. I decided to join a private and I was making my money. You can even stay at home and you make your money. You make your money. You join people that form policy. You become an NGO. There are lots of people from abroad, they sponsor NGOs. You only move from one place to another giving lecture. You make your money. Before you know your 35 years, you are comfortable. You are able to take care of your children, you take care of your husband. You may not be that super rich, but you can do normal things of life. Okay? So as much as many of you that is interested in nursing, put it in your mind. Be focused. Your wife matters a lot. And I want you in another 20 years to stand here and standing that I am a professional nurse, not a quack. Okay? God will help you. If there are 3. Thank you. For those of you in GS3, please, before you choose your subject, that is where we made mistake. You need science subjects for nursing. So if you are interested, because you'll be going to SS1, where you choose subjects, you choose science subjects. So for SS3, be focused before your wife comes. Read. All of you are good. You have brain. There's no dollar. It's only that you don't read. As from today, as a student, make sure you have a time for prep. 7 to 9. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tell your parents you must be reading. Tell your mommy to buy a rechargeable lamp for you. You must read for 2 hours every day. Okay? We were in boarding school. All 7 to 9 were in the reading room. So always read and God will help you. Thank you.
Abusi Odumare. Great. Abusi Odumare. My name is Babatunde Shokoya from Okeani. Did I pronounce that correctly? Did I pronounce it correctly? Okay. What you said, anyway. So, Okeani. Okeago. Anyway, first and foremost, I just want to say you're all looking very, very smart in this uniform. It makes me very proud to know that I once wore the same uniform. And what I would also like to say, I would like you to first of all have a big clap for yourselves for being here. For being here, from what I understand, you had a choice. You could have chosen not to come, but you did. And I'm very glad that you're here, because when we were in Abusi, we never got the opportunity for our old students to come and give us some words of wisdom as what it is like out in the real world. Also, all of us on the stage today makes it obvious to you guys now. Everybody started to get really jealous that they did not go to Abusi Odumare. So please be very, very proud. Wear that uniform with pride. And now a lot of my colleagues have mentioned about resilience. I finished Abusi in 1981, and I'm sure all of them remember that year, all our exam results were null and void. So we all had to repeat the year. So I had to repeat my WAEC first time, and then I only had 4 papers released, so I had started my 3rd time before my mom went to WAEC and managed to get one of my papers released so that I could take admission to the University of Ife, where I originally got admitted to do agriculture, but I thought to myself, while I was studying my first year, I looked back at my grades from Abusi and I said, I got 87% in maths, I got 87% in chemistry. No offense, but I thought I need to be in pharmacy. So then I changed and I went to study pharmacy. I have not regretted 1 minute. I've really enjoyed my life as a pharmacist. Pharmacy, again, like my colleague Johnny has said, when you have your health, everything is possible. As a pharmacist, we will talk to people about their health. We will, if necessary, provide medication. But ultimately, and you can start this now, you must always try and incorporate a routine of exercise into your daily activities. It will help you both physically and it will help you mentally. So we've been talking a lot about resilience, and I also want to talk a little about success and failure. Failure is not a bad thing. When you fail at something, it's a challenge. It's a challenge to you to look at the situation and find out what works. Now, are any of you familiar with Thomas Edison? Thomas Edison created the light bulb. So the light bulb that you all see around was created by Thomas Edison. And it took him, he tried 99 times to make the light bulb. And only on the 100th time did he succeed in making the light bulb. So the moral of that story is whatever you do, just keep trying your best. And eventually you will get a breakthrough. Be positive. Be studious. And as I said before, each and every one of you can make things happen. I really do believe that there's success, a lot of success in this room. And you are at that stage now where you can put in a solid foundation like all of us had at Abusi Odumare. We had a solid, much solid foundation which prepared us to deal with all the struggles that life will throw at you. I could go on because I feel, as I said, very privileged to be able to come and speak to you. And I do hope that some of you will.
To the students, you see, we are all taught to fear failure, right? When you fail, nobody wants to be your friend, right? Yes, sir. But you see all these women and old men who are here. If we all failed early in our lives, all these people, we failed. But we didn't let that failure define who we are today. Today, I have in our midst professors. What did I say? Professors. We have in our set people who are judges, not only in Nigeria, but in the United States. We have in our set teachers all over the world. We have nurses like Lori told you. So, if sky is the limit, you know, social work. If you don't sit down now, I'm going to punish you. Sit down and keep quiet. No, this is very serious. The problem we have in Ijebu is that we don't have role models. Most of the people that you look up to are people who are Yahoo boys. But the truth is, there are so many of us that also came out of this great town and this great institution that are professionals. And that's the reason why we really felt that today, what's the problem? What's the problem? Come and sit down. Let me do this and I stop disturbing you. No distractions. So, but we are telling you, you don't need to fail to be successful. We failed, we are successful. But there are so many others who failed and they never recovered. Right? So we don't want you to fail. We actually want you to be successful from day one. When I was in Abusi, just like Shola Wola, I wanted to be a medical doctor. When I left Abusi, I had only about 6 papers that were released, and I don't have English. I have maths where I had A something, and I have physics, art maths, and others where I did very well. But I was no English, so I couldn't go to the university. I couldn't even go anywhere. So I went to continue with that boy. It was our leader. And when we were in continue, we were all playing. And we played for a whole year. And in continue, my result for that year was worse than my result in Abusi. What's your this one? My result was worse than the result I gave in Abusi. So I had a sister who incidentally is in the She was a teacher, she was a great teacher. That's my senior sister, and she was about 12 years older than I am. And she was a teacher. So she came back, she was teaching in Lagos, and she said, this boy, no, you are not going to become a princess. So she bundled me and took me to the body and registered me in another country in the body. So I said, no way, I'm not going to do any O levels again. But the proprietor of that school was very, she was very fatherly. She said, yeah, look, you have very good results. So register for A levels and register for O levels. So you can do both of them together. And that's exactly what I did. But that year, I made 9 A's, including English. That's what took me to the University of Lagos. And that's where again, I got reunited with my friend here. We were roommates for 3 years. We slept on the same bed for 3 years. Shola and I. 3 years in Unilag. So when I was going to Unilag, I did my JAM and I was going to do medicine. And the result was out, so they've admitted me for medicine. Then we came to Ijebugo without my sister I told you about, and we were supposed to go back to Lagos, and I ran away because I didn't want to go back to Lagos that day. On their way, they had an accident somewhere near Kukola Hospital here, and she was seriously injured. So they took her to the hospital, and I went to see her. When I got there, I saw her in a pool of blood, and I just fainted. A medical doctor that saw blood and fainted. So immediately I knew that profession was not sure. Now I'm in the dilemma. I've been given admission to study medicine, and I know, believe me, that I can't study medicine. So when we got back to Lagos, so my sister was discharged and we got back to Lagos. So I was thinking about it. And somebody said, you are a very smart boy. There is this wonderful profession that is coming up. It's called computer sciences. So why don't you register and become a computer scientist? I said computer science. I've never even heard that name. They gave me my letter to study computer science. I came from medicine to computer science. And yet, I was listed as overpaid. And for 2 years, I had nothing to do. I said, madness. How can I just sit at home and do nothing? And interestingly, as at that time, I just got really happy to be married to one of the smartest women in the world. I met her in Unilag, by the way. So I I decided that I would do the next best thing. I enrolled to become a management consultant. Today, you see before, PricewaterhouseCoopers. Don't be ashamed. I never heard about their name also when I joined them. How many of you have heard about KPMG? Don't be ashamed. I never heard their name also. But PricewaterhouseCoopers, well, is number one today. PricewaterhouseCoopers is number one professional services firm in the world. What did I say? Number one professional services firm in the world. And I used to be one of the partners of that firm. This Ijebuko boy that doesn't know his right from his left Ijebuko, went to Unilag, became successful, joined one of the best firms in the world, and I started traveling the whole world. By the time I left PricewaterhouseCoopers in December 2011, I was the managing partner in charge of our African business, our African advisory business, and I was in charge of 12 countries in Africa. And I was advising most of the big firms in the world, most of the big companies, including Bank of England. How many of you have heard of Bank of England? That is, Bank of England is exactly the same thing as the Central Bank of Nigeria. I was advisor to Central Bank of Nigeria. I told you that I was an advisor. Our bank used to be number 10 in Nigeria. By the grace of God, and with the date of our hard work, we took that bank from number 10 to number 1 in Nigeria in 2 years. That bank became the first Nigerian bank to be recognized globally as one of the global 250 banks, top 250 banks in the world. Shola told you about how we turned CBN from analog into digital. All the things, the revolutions that happened in the banking industry now was the beginning of our own hard work. I wrote a paper in 2000 that I called Technology That Will Power the Financial Services Industry. If Nigeria is to become the top 20th bank, the top 20th economy in the world by year 2010. No, 2010. If Nigeria was going to be the top 20th economy in the world by year 2010, these are the technologies that are going to power Nigeria. And I assisted CBN and most of the banks to actually implement those technologies. So today, you people will sit in your homes and bring out your iPhone and you transfer money from yourself to your friend or to something you are buying, or you bring out your card. Those are the work that we do. Only Ukraine, you've heard of Ukraine, right? Only Ukraine in the world has something akin to what is called very integrated banking system. You understand what I'm saying? We, in Nigeria, we started doing mobile banking before the United Kingdom. We started doing mobile banking in Nigeria before the USA. There are bank accounts for minors. You don't need to be 18. The only thing is you need to go with your parents. So go to the bank with your parents and get them to go. You need to have a bank account. You cannot be successful without having a bank account. You can't understand what money really means without having a bank account. That's the truth. You need to have a bank account. Right? My grandchildren are 3 and 2 and they already have bank accounts. Their parents are already investing for them. All the money that they give you, that you people use to buy food and buy biscuits and things like that, and you just start putting them in the bank, and when it's enough, call your mommy here, and before you go, get her phone number and ask her, which stock can I buy? Just buy that stock and keep it. Leave it. By the time you are 25 years, go and check how much you have. That's how you make money. I wish that I have to do that. So, the BBN that we do in Nigeria, that is my hard work. And guess what? Nigeria is the first country in the world to have a unique ID for every single individual in the country. We were the first. Nobody has ever done it before we did it. So people tell you a lot that was wrong with Nigeria and things like that. It's not true. Nigeria is a great country. There are so many things we are doing that the world is coming here to copy us. But nobody is reporting about them because they don't want you to know. The only thing they are telling you is, oh, you need to be 419. Oh, you need to be this. Oh, Nigeria is hard. Nigeria is this. Now, how many of you are living outside that you don't have roof over your head? Raise up your hand if you are living outside and you don't have a roof over your head. And you said Nigeria is hard. Today, how many people are living in the UK that sleep outside in the cold? Thousands. That's where you all want to go, by the way. There are thousands, and not 1,000, several thousands of people. By the way, the population of UK is about 65 people. Nigeria is about what? 220. Although I believe that's not the right number. I actually believe in Nigeria will become around 130, max 150, but that's a different issue. But at least we are 2 or 3 times the size of the UK. And none of you here live outside. And yet, they want you to believe that you are poor people. And you also believe in your brain that you are poor people. Is something wrong with us? Something is wrong with us. We are extremely very powerful, rich, and you guys are very resourceful. You can do whatever you decide you want to do. Today, I run my own consulting firm, and this consulting firm are present in Nigeria, they are present in the US, and very soon we are going to open another branch in the UK. Now that doesn't mean that I have money, don't get me wrong. But I have a vision, and I'm pursuing my vision. The interesting thing is I may not have money, but my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren are going to be very, very rich. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm building for the next generation. I'm not building for myself. The next question I want to ask the panel, and please think about this. What are the few things, 1 or 2 key things that with eyesight you do? For me, that thing will be somebody telling me that I can be anything I want to be. I will be the first person to tell you that I'm just lucky to be where I am. Nobody has told me that I can be anything. I was just flowing, but God was directing my affairs. But the reality is, this school prepared me for who I am today. This school gave me that. Today, something that I never had. But these are people that have done it all. So, anybody?
Yes, thank you. The answer to the question for me is, if I was back at this age again, if somebody said to me, think about something you're passionate about, write it down, and write out a plan of how you want to achieve it. You're more likely to be successful. You're more likely, especially if you're passionate about it, no matter what comes in front of you, you will find a way. I remember when I first got my first pharmacy in the UK, everybody said, don't do it. Don't do it. Not a single person. But I said to myself, if I had to go and beg on the street, I was going to make it happen. And I made it happen. And now we're looking to buy the second pharmacy. But what I'm just saying, thank you. But what I'm just saying is, and again, Kule has alluded to it, your mind is so powerful, but put that down on paper and it becomes more real. And you're more likely to succeed. The wealthiest man in the world, Bill Gates, when he was in secondary school, university, wrote down exactly what he wanted to do. And now he still remains one of the wealthiest men in the world. But it's more because he knew what he wanted to do, he wrote it down, he made a plan and followed the plan. Thank you.
The best advice I would like to give is on you having a skill. Now, me, right from the beginning, I never planned to work for state government. I grew up in Ideboje, so I never planned to work for state government. So luckily, I got employed as a lecturer with federal government, Yabate, before joining the central bank. Looking back now, one thing I missed is that apart from any salary, for those of you that will go into salary, learn a skill. Because that salary job will end one day. No matter how you rise. I worked for 33 years. I retired 2011. I was supposed to retire 2024. I retired 2021. So I was supposed to retire January 2024. So I dashed them the remaining years. Now, irrespective of the number of hours, if I go there now, they don't know me again. Somebody else has taken over the job, it's government job. But if you have a skill that you learn, as you are working for government, you are developing yourself sideways. After you have retired, you still have energy, you can now go into that one full time. And it's your own skill, it's your own company. Before I retired, I went into farming. And farming is exciting, it's interesting, it's still interesting today. The one greatest challenge that we have is that Nigerians, especially we Yorubas, our people don't want to work. So that is what killed my farm now, is lack of workers. So why I'm mentioning this is that some of us are also ignoring agriculture. Please don't ignore it. It's not compulsory that you all go to university. So let me also tell you that I'm the first one of 8. Number 3 to me, okay, my second immediate junior brother also attended Abusi. That's the third person. He attended a modern grammar school. While in Form 4, he said he was not going to school again, that he would go to learn foundation. I pleaded, I begged him, I said, no, finish your school cert. And me and him are so close. He finished his school cert. And he had 4 results, 4 credits. I asked him to go back. He said, I had an agreement with you. He learned carpentry work for 3 years. We are staying together in Lagos. Today, if I'm going to say somebody is more successful, I will rate him higher than me. He has 2 houses in Ikorodu. He's staying in the bungalow and 1 big house, almost 6 flats rented out. His own complaint is that there are no people working under him now because he's getting contracts everywhere. He learned the skill from a factory. So if he does a furniture for you, smart. So if you are not opportune or you don't have the skill to go to school, learn a skill. Don't run away from those things. They will fetch you money and you can make a living. You will be successful with it as well. All of us cannot go to school. Even after going to school, there are many people with graduates, with their certificates, they are learning those skills now and they are making it. Do you know the greatest job now are being done by non-Nigerians? If you want to do POP, if you want to do tiling, there are not Nigerians to do it. If there are Nigerians doing it, they will cheat you, they will collect money from you, they will disappoint you. They bring people from outside country, they will do it well. So there are skills that people can do in that area. Please, let's open our mind. Your mind, you have skills in certain areas. Develop it. Develop it. Thank you. And God will bless you.
With the benefit of hindsight, as the moderator has said, sitting here in 1981, I had this opportunity. One of the things I would have expected somebody to talk to me about is my strength and weaknesses. At your age, when I was there, my weaknesses overpowered my strength. I had so much strength in me, but I could not identify them. And those affected me negatively. So as you are seated, you have so much strength in you. You also have your weaknesses. So leaving this room this afternoon, go back and identify your strengths. Go back, identify your weaknesses. You can as well identify your opportunities. What we have come to showcase to you this afternoon is that there are many opportunities out there. There are no limitations. The only limitations you can have is you yourself, limiting yourself. There are scholarship opportunities. Some people say, my parents cannot afford it. I don't have money. They cannot limit you. There are a lot of scholarships out there. So identify your strengths. What are your strengths? What are your opportunities? Your weaknesses? Then work on your weaknesses and turn them to what? Strength. Turn your weaknesses to what? To strength. And that is what will drive awaiting you. SS3, as we live here, opportunities are waiting you. But those opportunities come with what? Good results. You have a good result. In this is the level, there are many scholarship programs that I know that are part of the body of those scholarship programs. That we are awarding scholarship to many students for university programs, for other university. So there are opportunities, there are no limitations for you. So don't limit yourself. Understand your strengths, understand your weaknesses, convert those weaknesses to opportunities and to your strengths. Those weaknesses to your strengths. And take charge of those opportunities that await you. Thank you.
About 40 years ago, I continued to sit here. Then, one of the things I would have loved to say is the fact that there is vacancy at the top. Beneath, you have a lot of people. But if you are able to discover yourself and now make determination that you will succeed, nobody can do it for you. There are some people, excuses upon excuses. That's what they be thinking. I will have done this because my parents are poor. They are not rich. I will have done this. I'm the only, I don't have senior
that can guide me, I will have lost all those excuses, forget about it. Look at it that, yes, I'm here, but I can aspire to be at the top, because up there are vacancies. But you need to, like, if you are a graduate now, if you have additional qualification, you are better off than your mate that is just a degree holder. If you now have masters, and now go and do additional work, when they are looking for people, they will consider you because of your additional qualification. So just believe in yourself, because it's only you that can do it. It is you. It is what you determine. From day one, if you think it's not possible, it's not going to be possible. But if you think that, it will just be determined in yourself that anytime, just be reminding yourself that there is vacancy at the top. All you need to do is to work very hard and work towards it. And with God on your side, don't forget God in your calculation. Just as you are working, you are praying to God that God will make a way for you. Surely you will be there.
And she studied medicine anywhere in Nigeria. And I said, yes, you can study medicine in any university in Nigeria that is offering medicine. Then please, make sure you check that those schools are accredited. There are some schools that are not accredited for those courses.
My name is Abusi. Can we study? Can we study doctor? And we still study another something.
When she study medicine and still study another subject afterwards. Who else? Senior school? Anybody that wants to ask questions? You don't want to? You all know everything, right?
We study nursing and still at the pharmacy.
And still be a pharmacist. The question is, can I study medicine, nursing, and open a pharmaceutical shop? Next. Can you expand when you people are saying sky is your limit? Sky is your limit. What do you mean by that? Very good questions.
Yeah.
Can you study medicine and study something else? Can you be a nurse and open a pharmaceutical shop? And what do you mean by sky is your limit?
So, no, you cannot be a nurse and open a pharmacy. In order to open a pharmacy, you have to be registered by the Pharmaceutical Council of Nigeria before you can open a pharmacy. So, you have to kind of choose. I mean, you can do nursing and you can do pharmacy.
They have their own body, Medical Council of Nigeria. You cannot be a doctor when you want to be a nurse. If you want to be a pharmacist, you have Pharmaceutical Board of Nigeria that registered there. They have their own body. But as a nurse, you have Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria that registered you as a skilled nurse. If anything at all you want to add to it, you can open a maternity center. If you decide to go into your specialty immediately, you'll be allowed to open a maternity center. And what we do in maternity center, we deliver babies. You can also be allowed to open a convalescent home. What is convalescent home? That is a place, though it's not common here, but overseas when a patient is treated in an hospital and they are discharged, they are not discharged home. They come to your convalescent home to make them recover very well. So you cannot open a pharmacy. Pharmacy is for pharmacists. The chemists you see people boys open, they are illegal. But at times, all these nurse or all these qualified people, they are opening chemist without them illegal. The what they are allowed to sell are shared.
The bank, they will get what? Bankers to run the place. So that's it. There's another question.
I want to see you after the program, just to further and just have a conversation with you about that, and potentially look at some sort of scholarship.
Did you hear that? We want to give you a scholarship. What do you mean by style?
wọ́n ní ojú ọ̀run ó tẹ́yẹ fò láì farafara wọn. bá ṣe jókòó yìí nísìnyí ó dàbí àyè ò gbà wá tó bá ṣe báyìí you are touching the next person. But if you can remove yourself from here and go up higher, you become what? Freer. Are you following? I'm answering your question dear, where the sky is the limit. The higher you go, the good life becomes for you. If you can manage to get to this level, you'll be one or two that will be there. So only you'll be enjoying all the things that are there. So there's competition. You move higher again. You create more space for yourself and you create monopoly. So, and the more you go, if you fly by aeroplane, you will discover that this sky, they are also in what? In layers. Now you have to put some more big lower. You take out. You may discover that there may even be more. I want to talk about the I hope you know the meaning now. The sky is your limit. So don't limit yourself. People will even tell you, even now, the sky is no longer the limit. You can go above the sky. So it's a way of encouraging you to tell you, don't limit yourself. Many of us, sometimes when we think after secondary school, we think in those days again, when the university was put in Cameroon. But at university, we discovered that some people will still reach PhD. After going to PhD, some people, I know people that have 3 different PhDs. That's how can you see that? LOP, iṣẹ́ owó tó ṣe, ó ṣe China, kí ni owó kọ́ ṣe criminal àlùkò, later ó fi Thailand work ìbò, LOP, painting ló kọ́, ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́yìn painting, kí ló ṣe fi sí? Screening. So ó ṣe screening, ó ṣe POP. So anyone tó bá wá gbogbo ẹ̀ ló gbà. So that is one of the implementation of the sky is your limit.
We are saying when we say the sky is the limit, it is in your mind the limit exists. And as I said earlier, find something you're passionate about. Once you're passionate about it, there will become no barriers, and as we have been saying, there will be no limit. You can go as far as you want. And that's why we mean the sky is the limit. Thank you.
And the competence in production of drugs. Is it most that will study in higher institution? Is it most that will go to higher institution?
Is it most that you get to the university to study pharmacy? Or I don't have to, and I just learn it on my own, like Baba Alamu. Hold on, don't answer. Any other question? Any other question?
I want to become a geologist in the future. Which course can I do?
He wants to become a geologist in the future. Which courses does he have to choose when he gets
You need to know a lot about health. You need to know a lot about how the drugs work, what are the benefits and what are the side effects. So in order to establish yourself as a pharmacist, you do have to go to university to study a bit more about drugs, how they work, what side effects, and potentially you might decide that you can make your own medication. So yes, you do have to go to university to study pharmacy before you can open a pharmacy. But it is definitely worthwhile considering that.
Yeah, for you to study geology in the university, you need to choose 5 subjects: chemistry, physics, mathematics, English, and any other subject, maybe economics or biology. Is that clear? Do you understand what geologists do? You know what they do?
Spoken well, but the little advice I have for you, especially those that are offering science, just make sure you are excellent in those 5 subjects. All this sky is your limit we are talking about. The moment you are a science student, there are lots of professions you can do. You may say that I want to be a doctor, I want to read medicine, it's not possible, you move to geologist. It's the same subjects, you move to nursing. No, I don't want to be a nurse. I want to be, what does it do have in science line today? Pharmacist, you want to be a pharmacist, just make sure you know you are good in your mathematics, your English language, your biology, your chemistry, your physics, even your Greek. Accounts is not bad. You can move, even to go to all these accounting things. The moment you are good in your accounts, with your maths, you will be considered. So make sure you are good in your mathematics, your English, your biology, your chemistry, physics, Greek, accounts. At least you have 4 or 5 professions you can choose among all these. Thank you.
You do those association programs and you apply for a job, people are giving you job to do remotely. So that way, before you even get the degree, you are already earning something. And what I want to advise you is, instead of even looking for employment, I believe more now in self-employment. You can create. Although before you create, you need to work under some people. Work under some people, be guided, be properly mentored before you start your own. But for everybody sitting here, the one thing I want you to know is that whatever job you do, the ultimate is to be your own employer. You employ yourself, then you are in a position to employ others. So don't look at